sitting here wondering about, there's something I want to write. And I both want to write it and I think I'd rather die than write it. It's about my sister. I had a sister who was an extremely venomous, negative person. I was under her influence she was 13 years older than me. I didn't have much of a chance from the beginning. Over the years I found her more destructive than I can say, and some of that's coming back to me. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to write about that stuff or just forget about it. I can't forget about it. But some of the more vitriolic things she said to me will come back. And I don't know what to do with it. When I got married, I was young. I was 19 years old. And by the way, I'm still married, and I'm happy too. But when I got married and I was 19 years old, it bothered her a lot because she never got married at all. And at my wedding, she said, well, I guess now you think you've got your whole life figured out. At my wedding. That's what my sister said to me. I mean, those are the kinds of things she would say to me. I was in a play. I was in My Fair Lady. I played Eliza Doolittle. This was in a community theater. This was not Broadway. She came to see it. She used to do plays, and she had a soprano voice and all that. You could tell this wasn't her expectation. She kept saying, well, why isn't Henry Higgins more like Rex Harrison? Okay, but he's a legend of the stage and screen. But anyway, I did my part. I think I did as well as I possibly could as Eliza. It was beyond my range. The singing was a little too high for me, but I did it anyway. They didn't drop it down. So I got up there, and I think I did pretty well. And she came backstage, and my husband dragged her backstage after the show. She didn't want to come. Instead of bringing flowers or hugging me or saying, hey, great, or all the things you'd say, she said, well, you weren't boring. That's it. You weren't boring. And I can't imitate her voice. It has a cold little quaver in it, a sort of cold little raised eyebrow sound. It's dismissive in the extreme. That's what I get for being in a play. You know, there are a lot of things like that, and they go on and on and on. And I was busy raising kids, and I think doing the best job I knew how. I was young. She wasn't. She gave a baby away. Coward. And she came to visit one time, and oh my God, her visits were visitations. And she said, you know, Margaret, sometimes I just wonder what your days are like. What my days are like. What my days are like. You know, why must you treat me like this? What are you talking about? You know, she would send me these sort of long screeds about how I should be living my life, and I resented it. But if I told her, it'd be like, oh, well, don't listen to me then, you know, kicking the dirt, rubbing your toe in the dirt and all that crap. You know, it's just, why did I put up with all that crap? There's just so much of it. I can't go into all of it. I just don't want to. And one could always say, well, in a way I won this particular race, if that's what it is. By just being myself and getting through all that I had to get through. And she'd say, but you're crazy. In that cool little raised eyebrow, lilty voice, she'd say, but you're with the little shrug, you're crazy. You know, it's narcissism and the gaslighting that comes with narcissism, obviously. Margaret, you're weird. I can't do her voice. Margaret, you're weird. It's sort of like this little, you know, if you could draw it on a little graph, it would have this little bump. I don't know. This woman, she was just such a poisonous fucking bitch. I don't want to write about it. I want to talk about it. I've talked about it till I'm blue in the face, and what good's it going to do me? I ended up with a good life. I guess she ended up with the life she wanted, which is by herself. Maybe that's what she wanted. I don't know, but that's what she ended up getting. There was always the sense of entitlement, the astonishment if you ever said anything. I would just be sitting there with my jaw like, not believing what she just said to me. Just a slash, burn. I used to call it the cobra strike, the sort of and you'd be too paralyzed with venom to know what to say or do. But if you did say anything, it was a what? That was one of her sayings. What are you talking about? What, you crazy? I know a little bit about narcissism now that I didn't know then. There's a lot more coming out about it. It's kind of a popular topic because there's so much of it around. We live in a culture of narcissism, I'm afraid. The internet has fostered it. Facebook, social media has fostered it. Everything has fostered it. And in those who've had the tendencies, it's gotten much worse. The gaslighting, the turning it around. So, hey, wait a minute, no, it's you. Oh, that was this was one that I didn't put on my list. Oh, there's so many on the list. I was about to move to Vancouver and I made the mistake of confiding in her. I'm pretty nervous. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about my writing out there. It's going to be a whole new world. So, it's kind of like, well, what'll happen if I can't make it? You know what she said? You'll self-destruct. Seriously. You can't joke about a thing like that. But with the little shrug and the cool little lilt, you'll self-destruct. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Well, I got something to say to you, Patricia Burton. You fuckface. I not only survived, I have a good life today. I don't have to worry about things like that. And I only say this today because, my God, sometimes it's hard to have memories like that. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve that kind of abuse. And if you're out there, I hope you feel bad. If you're out there, you turn it all around anyway and say, well, she can't help it. She's crazy. Crazy. Drop dead!